Do you know lots of people say that stress is part of life and we have to learn to deal with that and live with that? I agree to disagree. I agree that stress is a part of life, but you don't have to let the stress control you. And I say that from my personal experience. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my recent experience to let you know that we literally have a different ways of living. We don't have to let that stress or worries or anxiety control us. So the past few weeks for me has been one of the most intense, but also fulfilling. I have been working in 2 different projects back to back, and these projects are the new project in the regions, and it's required lots of different details. And you know, when you work on a project, you don't work with yourself or on your own, you work with other people. And when you work with other people, it means that they have a different timeline, different ways of working, especially if you ever work in Dubai or in the UAE in general, or in Middle East in general. You know that people here, they're going to deliver you, they're going to promise you something, but then they deliver something else, or they're going to say to you that, okay, I will delivery on Monday, but actually the product's going to show up on Thursday. So you can imagine how stressful it must be to lead a project and to be responsible for the project, to delivery in some certain timeline, but also there's an expectation on that project as well, right? And I spoke to my colleagues, and they say that there's a days that they went home and they feel tired, exhausted, and they dreamt about the project. They woke up in the middle of night and they were like, oh my god, I don't know if I forgot some things. If that sounds really familiar, right? Because I used to be in that position as well, when I was so much worried about the things I have been missed. But this time my experience is completely different, and I'm gonna share that with you because I just believe that there's a different ways of living. You don't have to let all the external aspect to control your well-being. My way of living here is to really show up, fully engage into that moment, and to really see what's in front of me right now and how can I tackle that, how can I work on what's in front of me. What happened that causes you stress is we have some certain expectations, and we have some certain ways of doing it, and then when you work with people and people can't deliver exactly what you expect, you stress out. That's very normal. But I've learned something, that when I start to let go of control and I trust that people will deliver, and I trust that the result may not go as I expect in that moment, but eventually when it put into the bigger picture, it will be perfect. And that's what happened. So I show up every day fully and switch on and engage in every single minute, every single moment. And I put my wholeheartedly, I just feel like my whole being is there working that project as well. And if something did not come as the way I want, I'm gonna feel that emotions, that angry, that disappointment. I feel that, I feel fully, but then after I feel fully, I naturally, gently just let them go, and I can just say, and I say to myself that I taste. It's just so great to taste all these emotions within the day, and sometimes when things does not really go as I wanted, I was like, okay, well, if it is not the ways I wanted, maybe there's a better way. Maybe I didn't see it yet, and maybe this has allowed me to really see from different perspective. So yeah, so during the day, I fully engage, I fully tune into that present moment, and fully embracing all the emotions that I have. But because I'm working on a project that I love, right? And so because of that, I pour my heart into that, and I kind of really go with the flow in a way. But then when I come home, it's just naturally, I just switch up completely. I just feel in the moment when I step into the door in my house, I just, it's like I'm taking off the coat. I'm taking off I'm taking off the coat that that I carry during the day. I leave at the door, and I just become a really pure being, without any memories, without any some sort of emotions that remain within the day. And it's just amazing to feel in that way. I don't know what exactly I did. I think reaching to that state is because, I'm going through lots of self-discovery, a lots of practice of mindfulness and meditation, all this sort of thing. I think it paybacks right now. It payback for me, to this day. So I just feel alive. It's not because everything go as a plan and it's perfect as I wanted to, but because it go at the flow of the nature, and I let go of my control. Of course, I still hold on to some certain control. You cannot just let everything go with the flows, right? Because you're responsible for the project, and you have the deadline, and you have the expectation. You cannot. But in some certain aspect, when I know that I cannot control that, and it's not really crucial for the project, I let that go and let go with the flow. And so when you let go with the flow, the new things come to you, or the new ways of doing things come to you, and it just turned out to become perfect. And now I deliver that 2 projects, and it's one of the most proud, but the most fulfilling satisfactions that I have for such a long time. It's not because someone's going to pat on my back and say, well done, great job. No, it's because the motivation and the fulfillment within myself, because I know that I give my best. I know that I am wholeheartedly living in that moment. I know that I embrace all the feelings, not pushing out anything, but just really open hearts and open mind to really welcome this experience, these emotions. But the most importantly is I'm gonna go home in the end of the day not being attached to any result, not being attached to any circumstances or any events happen within that day. And I think this is the best way to live. And I just think that, if we all of us learn to live life like that, we're living the best life. And I feel so grateful to have this kind of experience, to practice what I've learned in meditation and mindfulness. But also it's allowed me to now start to share more of this with other people, because I just think that you don't have to really stress out. You don't have to really constantly live in high stake when it take over your life. It take over your well-being. There's a different ways of living, and trust me, if you switch off a little bit of your ego, if you let go a little bit of your control, and if you trust a little bit, surrender a little bit, and lean back a little bit, you will find a different ways of living, and that is more fulfilling, that is more peace, and it's more content.